Well, hi there, it's Brooke, and today we are gonna do a one tray 3-ways. So I have a winter tray for you, and then kind of an everyday neutral tray, and then Valentine's. So this is kind of my segue away from winter and into Valentine's. And just remember, the tray that I do use is the Dollar General rack, but I know Hobby Lobby has tons of trays that are similar in style and size with the 3 trays if you want to get one for comparison, because I'm sure Dollar General doesn't have that anymore, and I love that they call it a rack. So you can go watch the first video down in the playlist. I have a whole rack rant. Anyways, we won't do that today because I want to get into the tier trays. So I hope you're ready, so let's do it. Okay, so for these 3 tiered trays, my main thing that I wanted to use on all 3 was a truck. I have quite the collection of trucks now, so I just thought it would be fun to incorporate in a truck into each of these trays. So for the first tray, I wanted to use blue because I hadn't really done a winter tray with a lot of blue, so I wanted to use the navy truck. I just decided to set the truck down here. Some of these smaller ones do kind of fit up in that middle rack, but mainly they fit just down here. To go along with the blue truck, I knew I had to use my little navy bird, that would work well with it. And then I grabbed some Christmas trees, another little bird, some snowflakes, a house, and I just started playing around with it and working with what I liked. So I think I had originally set my little bird up here, but I just thought he needed something. So I went and grabbed this little sled that I picked up, and that fits just kind of perfect right there. And then I put the little bird on top, you know, a little height to it, give him a little bit more character. And then I just filled in around him with some Christmas trees. I keep calling them Christmas trees. They're winter trees, right? We're doing winter tiered trays. And then, of course, my pine cones, which has been a main theme in my winter trays. That's how I did the top tier. And then for the second tier, I wanted to kind of use this little snowflake sign that I have. I thought it would be really fun to incorporate a snowman into it. And then, of course, I filled it out with some trees. I got a tree here. And then I grabbed my little snowflake, my fuzzy snowflake again, and just kind of set that in the back. I've been kind of using that in a lot of my trays. I can make a winter tiered tray playlist, and I will link that below. No sudden movements. And then to fill out the bottom tray with the blue truck, I grabbed a house, and then of course I got to put something in the back of my truck, and I put this little bird in there. I think I put the little bird in the back of my truck on one of my Christmas tiered trays. That snowflake, maybe we'll have to put him up in the end. Good grief. And then I just thought it needed to be filled out a little bit more in the back, so I just added a bunch of these little trees back there to make kind of a forest. And then that just kind of fits back there nice. So now that I got it filled up, I just thought it was kind of missing the garnish that I like to call it. So for my garnish this time, I just have these little mini pine cones. And so I am just going to set these around here. Set one up here, and then I'm going to put one up here too. So that just kind of fills it out, fills up the tray. For me, otherwise I just feel like it's bare and it needs something. I do a lot of garnish on most of my trays, so that could easily be left out if you did want to do that. Or you could put in beads or buttons or spools or little letters or, you know, just anything you have. You wouldn't necessarily have to have pine cones. That's just what I like to use for winter. So here is my final winter tiered tray. So for the everyday tray, which I know I usually do last, but we are going to do it in the middle this time, I picked out this white truck for the truck I wanted to use. And once again, I'm going to basically sit it in the same spot. That's just the best place it fits. That's what I ended up with. So for this one, I kind of used a combination of greenery, thrifted pieces, and then a little teal turquoise color, because usually every day in my house I have a little bit of that blue, that light blue teal turquoise. When I do just kind of have my everyday decor out, I rarely have that out anymore. But once upon a time, that's what I had. I'm gonna go tier by tier. We're gonna start with the bottom one this time and then just fill them up. So for this one, I grabbed my little ball jar just for like filler in the back, and I decided to use a clear one so it fills back in there, but it doesn't like add extra color, just keeps it to that little bit of neutral. And then I thrifted a couple of these little like touristy souvenir little mugs you can get. This one's San Francisco, California. This one's Pennsylvania. They both have a lot of that blue color in them from like the sky and the water and stuff. I've never been to either of these places, but I thought they were fun for a tier tray. So I just grabbed them and we are going to use them today. So I'm going to set that there. And then, of course, I got to put something in the bed of my truck. These trucks are from Hobby Lobby. The last one was Target. And so the Hobby Lobby ones have a full bed, like that's all open. So I did stick some tissue paper kind of up in the front part. And then I decided I wanted to put my little mushroom in the back, but he needs just a little bit of height. So I did put a wood slice back there. So that's for all my like main pieces. And then I'm going to fill in the main pieces and then we'll do like the filler that I like to use. So then for the next tray, or tier, the middle tier, I decided to use a little house. I'm going to use my San Francisco cup. And then just to fill in the back a little bit, I grabbed my little green and teal tin. So there's my middle tray. And then the top tray, I really wanted to use this welcome sign. And you kind of got to rest it here. Otherwise, it doesn't sit in there unless I wanted to do it kind of at an angle. But I wanted it more like this. I wanted to fill in around the back. So I grabbed this little tin going, what could I do with my little square tin here? And then I have this little gnome that I picked up when I picked up that little mushroom. So I like to use them together for some reason. So I just set him in the tin for something fun and different, and then he kind of hangs out back there. But now is where I need the filler, correct? And so these little balls I picked up from Threshold, the little greenery balls, could be filler or they could be just part of the decor. So they're a little bit of both for this one. So I did stick one kind of up here in the back. He probably needs to be elevated a little bit. He's kind of sad looking back there. I did fill in a couple over here. And then on the bottom, I also have a couple that I filled in the back here. And then I wanted a common like greenery item on each tray, so I just grabbed some lamb's ear. It kind of covers up the welcome sign, but we get what it means. I have my little ball back there. I'm gonna pop in some lamb's ear kind of over here. I like to do it opposite, so if I did it going this way on the top, I'm gonna have it over here on the bottom or on the next tier, and then I'm gonna put it on this side on the bottom tier. I usually don't have it all going out one side. I kind of make a triangle with it. Kind of what I did with the white too a little bit. And then like the blue kind of makes a triangle somewhat. So there's my simple little everyday tray. This is a good tray. Like if you did go to these places, you could feature your little souvenirs on. If you just don't, you know, you kind of have them, but you're not like really using them for anything. This would be a good tray to do that with. You know, and then it's an everyday little winter feel, but it still like shows things that you've done and traveled. And like in this, you could stick something in the back of the truck. I mean, there's all little spaces to add your little touches to. Now it is time for the Valentine tray. And of course, I started with a red truck. I did get this out of the fall section, but I saw that they have them in the Valentines too for Hobby Lobby. And I don't know if they had one for Christmas or not. So we're just gonna stick with what we were doing and put him down on the bottom on the same side. But the other element that I really wanted to use on this tray that I got was this s'more love sign. And I kind of got it for the summer to kind of do a s'more tray. And then I kind of saw one when I was scrolling through Instagram that they used it for Valentine's too. So I was like, well, that's just super fun. So then I can kind of get double use out of it. And with the hearts, it really kind of Valentines it up. So that was my other kind of inspiration for this tray. So then I also picked up some little fake marshmallows off of Etsy and they had just toasted just a little bit. So I thought they would look perfect in one of my little cloches. And this does have a bottom, but I just wanted to use this little wood piece to fill it in. So we are going to put the marshmallows over here in the little cloche. I knew I had some s'mores ornaments, but I was taking down my tree. I couldn't remember all of them that I had, but I found this little guy with the heart, and I have just like a bigger one that's regular, and I have a fishing one and then one that's like a lumberjack with buffalo check, but I was like, how perfect is this for this tiered tray? And you can guess where I'm gonna put them, in the back of my little truck. So I have a bunch of tissue paper in here, and then I'm gonna use another wood slice to kind of prop him up a little higher. And then look how cute he just sits in the back of that truck. So I was so excited when I found that taking down my Christmas stuff. I was like, oh, that's right, I have the perfect one. So now we can film the filler after we got the truck and the s'mores stuff all laid out. So I was just playing around with my two little white, I think they're technically like ramekins, but I just use them as decor. So I thought this one was cute, kind of just sitting here with some hearts in it. I put this up here like that on its side, kind of slid this one over, and then I picked up some of these little cute trees from Target, and they're like ombre, they red, and then they kind of go to a dark pink. And then I thought this little guy looked super cute with the red of the tree and the truck and everything like that. I have one of these hearts. These are from Hobby Lobby. I don't know if they had them this year. I didn't see them there, but they had them several years. This is one of my filler pieces I've used for Valentine's for tons of years now. It's just an old, I think it's Threshold. It's a tabletop arrangement. I don't know if it's Threshold, but it's from Target. And it's just a perfect little filler piece. I even use it for like when I have baseball, because I think this looks like a baseball, or it could be a good like golf ball because it has like not divots but like the reverse of divots. And so then the only other thing I needed was like something back here to kind of fill in. So then I grabbed one of my cloches, and this big one only fits, like it doesn't fit with its stand. So then I did just grab another wood slice because it fits with that. It's weird. And so I have this red rose from Hobby Lobby just over in their flower section. I kind of tried to recreate, you know, like the Beauty and the Beast rose in there. If I can get it to stand up and stay for me. And then, of course, I thought it was missing a little bit, so I just have these red and pink plastic hearts from the Dollar Tree. We have a little pink there, so I decided to use the pink just to splash it in a little bit. Filling in here. Put some down there, put some up here, maybe another one down there. So just kind of like when you're looking down at the tray, it has a little bit more filled in there. You can't really see it like from your perspective, but I do like to have that fill in there, kind of like I talked about with the pine cones and everything. I can't remember how I did these trays, so I keep having to refer to my pictures on my phone. So sorry if I've been looking down, but I think I got this pretty good. My rose went in there perfect, or flower or whatever it is. And I just love that I found this little guy. So it's my S'more Love Valentine's tray. And I'm very excited how it turned out. And I'm excited to use my s'more stuff on a summer tray too. I'm going to do that one in my kitchen. I got plans for that. Well, there is my one tray 3 ways. I hope you enjoyed. They were so fun to make. I'm so glad how all of them turned out. I did use that tray in my bedroom for Christmas, so it's really tempting to like put it back in there and decorate it every time. But I just feel like that'd be so much with everything. But I'm definitely gonna decorate it for Valentine's and put it in the living room and everything like that. So I hope you enjoyed this one tray 3 ways, and remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.